welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, then welcome. I would love it if you would consider subscribing. Today I have a video that is going to make the Canadians in the crowd very happy because we are going to be talking about this little nugget over here, which, as far as I can tell, is currently only available in Canada. So this is the mini Stoned Vibes palette from Urban Decay. It retails for $33 Canadian. I don't know what that works out to an American, and also I can't find it on any website in the US at this point. So to my Canadian friends, Shoppers Drug Mart, Boutique, they have it. I'll have it linked down below. You can't even find this on the Urban Decay website. I'm mystified, but there it is. If you're interested, that's where you can get it from, and also you can get shoppers points, so win-win. All right, enough talking about that. Let's actually look at the palette and see what we've got. So on the outside you have really pretty packaging. Like, prismatic, is that what you would call that? I love it. And I love mini palettes to begin with because they're so stubby and adorable. And I like that it's just like a nice flat little rectangle, easy to store, good size, and then you get a mirror with it. There are the shades, and they are so pretty. So as you can see, you get a mix there. There are 3 shimmer shadows and 3 mattes. When I saw these palettes online, just the pictures of them, I thought that these might be pressed glitters. They are not. If you are familiar with the Huda Beauty palettes, those sort of foiled shadows that she has in there, it's very reminiscent of that. It's sort of like a ColourPop Super Shock shadow texture. Not a cream product, but not a strict powder. It's sort of a hybrid of the two. I really like the formula, to be honest. I find that it's really smooth, applies really nicely, doesn't produce any fallout or any issues like that. So this is a formula that I'm a big fan of. And then with the mattes, you get sort of a cream shade here, a dusty rose up here, and then a deep brown in this corner. And I really like that they're all sort of on the neutral side of things, because then you can pair any of those shimmers with the mattes very easily, and nothing is going to look sort of odd or jarring in that sense. So before we get into swatches, I'm just going to bump it in a little bit so you can see the palette on my eyes. And there you can see it there. And so I went in with that Dusty Rose shade and put that into the crease and blended it up. I deepened the outer corner and the lower lash line with this dark chocolate brown. On the outer portion of my lids, I have this shade here called Seeker. And then over the inner half of my lids, I have the shade Energy. And then I'm not even in frame, my goodness. And then the inner corner highlight I have is this shade up here, Radiate. The lower lash line, like I said, I put this one on and then I blended it out with this shade over here called Optimist. For these 2 shades, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. You'd think I was new. There we go. For these 2 shades, I just used my finger to apply them. So I picked the one up on my baby finger and then the other and blended them together. And then for this shade up here, I used a really small detail brush, and it picked up very easily on the brush and then obviously deposited nicely as well. Sometimes I find like super foiled shadows don't like to stick to a brush, and they're really sort of resistant to being picked up, so you have to use a finger. And that's not the case with these ones here, which I really appreciate, especially for an inner corner highlight, because this is far too big for that area. So I like to use a brush for that. Okay, so now that I have talked about it, showed you what it looks like on, let's get into some swatches. All right, so I'm going to pair the mattes together and then the shimmers so that you can see them grouped in that way. So the first shade here is called Optimist. It's not a transformer. The next shade is called Attraction. And then the dark brown is called Eclipse. Then going into the shimmers, we have Radiate, Seeker, and Energy. As you can see from the swatches, the mattes are very smooth. They don't skip across the surface. And then those shimmer shadows are just, they're so beautiful. This shade in the middle here, Seeker, it has like little hints of like purple micro glitter on a blue base. And it's just beautiful, as is this like turquoisey mint shade here. It's just, it's so pretty. It is so, so beautiful. I am mystified as to why Urban Decay doesn't have it available on their website. I truly don't understand that, because I think this just offers such a great price point as well. So like I do have the full size, and I'm going to be doing a live video where we compare them and talk about it a little bit more in depth. But not everybody wants a palette with that many shimmers in it, and maybe some people don't want to necessarily pay the money for the full size. This provides a nice alternate. It's at a good price point. Like I said, it's $33 for 6 pans of shadow, and you get a good amount of versatility with only having 6 pans. They've got really beautiful colors in here. Everything can stand alone on its own very well, but they also pair nicely together. So I think it's a really intelligently curated little set here. And I'm so very excited to see Urban Decay do something different. I love the packaging on the bigger palette. This is so pretty as well, with that little bit of prismatic shimmer going on. There's nothing fussy about this palette. It's just nice and clean. I like the layout of it. I like the color story of it, the performance of it. It's a great little palette. And so if you don't want to put the money towards the large palette, or if you don't want that many shades, this is a good little alternative. And like I said at the beginning, I can only find it in Canada. I'll have it linked down below, but it's available through the Shoppers Drug Mart Beauty Boutique online. I picked mine up in store, but only certain stores sell Urban Decay on site. So if you want to pick it up in person, you might have to do a little bit of research in your area in that regard. But that is it for today's video, guys. I just wanted to show you what the palette looked like and tell you where you can purchase it, if it applies to you, unfortunately, at this point. And I just wanted to give you some quick thoughts on the formula and how it performs. So with all that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next one. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.